Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Siege Generals, and Evony just released a brand new Siege General, Hunyadi. I've added him to the list so we can take a look at him as well and see how he stacks up. First, let's talk about the free generals real quick, the ones you can get for free. Just right off the bat, the free generals aren't very good. I wouldn't recommend investing in any of the free generals for Siege, simply because Siege isn't as important as the other unit types for PvP. You're going to need it later in the game, and you can get along alright without one. So I think it would be wiser to save your fragments for the premium generals and try and get one of those without spending money. Or if you spend money, just go for them anyways. And if we look at the stats, overall for the free generals, Matthias is the best. A total attack of 100. If we compare that to just a base stat Pallas, that's a 45 attack. And if you pair her with the new Hunyadi, that gets up to 90% attack. So two base level premium generals are going to be reasonably comparable to a fully maxed out free general. And of course, there's going to be other things you get from getting the red stars. Get a little bit of march shies for rallies. You're going to get more cultivation, higher attack stats from those numbers. But I think just overall it's better to focus on the premiums and try and save up for them. Talking about the premiums, most of the premiums seem to be bounds better than the free generals, and they'd all make a pretty solid choice for whoever you want to max out. So I wouldn't stress it too much about trying to get the latest and greatest. Just looking at the initial stats that we got off Hunyadi, I really wish I could know if he takes the attack skill book, because that extra 25% is going to make a night and day difference. If Hunyadi can take the skill attack book, I'm going to say that he's probably the best siege general in Evony at the moment, until they release a new one that's better than him. But as it sits now, if he can't take the attack book, which I'm hoping he can't, he's pretty comparable to Pallas, who's currently, in my opinion, the best. An extra 9% attack for the total stats once fully maxed out. 10% defense edge to Pallas. A 30% hit point win to Hunyadi, but Pallas has the 25% siege debuff. So these two kind of offset. And then she has an extra 4% march size, so that's nice too. So I think they're pretty even and comparable. Whichever one you have, it's going to work great. If you already have fragments for Pallas and you're working on her, definitely don't shift over to Hunyadi and chase the fad. Not going to be worth it in the long run. If we're looking at Edward Teach, he's a little bit behind him, but he's still pretty solid. 140, 90, and 90. Pretty good stats. I don't think you're going to go wrong if you already have him. He'll be able to keep up pretty well. Raimondo, also pretty nice, pretty lacking in the hit point department, but he makes up for it. He's got pretty high defense, and his attack is reasonably solid. He can't take the attack book though, so that really sets him back. I'd prefer Teach over Raimondo if I had the choice. And then Patronus, 130. Of the generals that I ran, he's the worst premium. There might be worse premium siege generals. I don't know. But, like I said, he's still a premium. He's going to beat the best free general. So, I could see them adding him to relics. His stats are low enough that maybe they'll give him to us for free someday. Now that we've looked at the overall maxed out stats, we're going to look at the more realistic scenario for most players. Most of y'all aren't going to be getting 5 stars for these siege generals. You're going to get them from a lucky package. One drop, you'll have them 1 star, maybe, most likely just 5 regular stars. So let's look at that. If we're just looking at the base skill, I think that Pallas is probably the best choice if you have an option. She's got that extra 5% combined HP and defense over the new Hunyadi. A little bit better than Edward Teach by 15%. Patronus and Raimondo pretty lacking on the defense side for their first star. So if you're just dealing with a 1-star, she's by far best. But like I said, whatever you have available. If we're looking into the first red star, Pallas pulls ahead by a good bit. 10% over Hunyadi, and then equal attack and defense. 10% over Teach, 10% over Raimondo, 10% over Patronus. And then she has the highest, equal to Hunyadi, combined attack and hit point. So for low spenders, I'd say probably try and get Pallas because you're going to get more out of it in the beginning. But you can pair her with another one of these guys to boost that a little bit more. Important thing to note that I just recently discovered myself is that the ascension stars, the red stars, for all these extra stats, they don't actually apply for the assistant general. So you don't need to worry about getting 5 red stars on 2 premium siege generals. You only need to do 1 because they're just going to be sitting there and doing nothing on the assistant. The only things that matter for the assistant is going to be your base skill, your skill books, and then your specialty. The specialty does count, but we can get specialties. We can get them. They're, I wouldn't say free to play friendly, but they're better than Ascension, so it is possible. And I think that's pretty much it. My thoughts on the new general. Yeah, seems about what we expect from Evony. Release a new general that's better than all the others, but not good enough so that it makes the others totally obsolete. So, do with this information what you will. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and I'll catch y'all next time.